Money on money. Yo, welcome to the first official episode of Preston Blessed. Man, the T app. Shout out to y'all, man, for real. So today I'm gonna talk to y'all about, it's a year one recap. It's officially been a full 365 days since I had the wherewithal and the whatever you want to call it to be like, yo, I'm actually gonna sell this. So first we're gonna start with the summer because it was crazy, no bullshit. I'm gonna keep it raw and real with y'all all the way through. What had me pressed, what had me blessed, the lessons I learned, and what we're headed to in year two. So we're gonna get into it right away. Alright, so first of all, the thing that had me pressed the most this summer is trying to balance everything at once. I mean, I was gearing up. I already had things I wanted to work on during the summer. Digital ideas for the brand, trying to be more visible outside at events. I didn't want to neglect the people since I had the time to do so. And then boom, I had a week in July. It was maybe the second to last week or the third week in July. I have 4 events in 1 week. So I think it was one Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Something like that. It was crazy. I'm not going to lie. So balancing juicing fresh batches, showing up on time, setting up, getting all the supplies. First of all, I'm gonna tell you, I definitely was not on time. No bullshit to some of them events because traffic. It's Boston, so I'm not taking into account the traffic, let alone the juice and how long it takes for me to make it. Like maybe I slept a little past, when I was supposed to, but it is what it is. But thank God, honestly, like on the back end, as far as tracking everything, I had built something for myself, a software. I was tired of using Google Sheets. Shout out to Google. Y'all got it, bro. But Google Sheets and trying to keep track of every little thing since I started with the formulas and all that, it was not sustainable for me. So I'll get into that later, but I just wanted to let y'all know that it definitely humbled me for sure. So the thing that had me blessed this summer, it was the love. You feel me? People tagging me in events I didn't even get to see some of the times, like, because it'd be on Facebook, people hitting me, I won't be able to see it. Instagram, they'd be in a request joint, won't be able to see it. So they reaching out like, yo, come be a vendor, come do a taste test. I'm like, damn, for real? Nah, y'all don't fuck with the kid like that. So, and the biggest blessing of them all, to be honest, was sharing my pop's testimony. Like, I don't know how many times I told the story, but if you need to go watch it, go back and watch it. I think it was the first like juice video I did for real, just breaking everything down. But he's dropped like to date, maintained his screenshots in some of my videos and everything with date timestamps and all that. He dropped and maintained over 50 pounds. He dropped over 50 pounds after 2 hip surgeries. I'm gonna say that again because I don't think y'all really understand how juicing changed his life, let alone my life. He dropped 50 pounds after 2 hip surgeries. He had one in August 6, 2024. The second one was May 16, 2025. You feel me? From day one, he's been my number one win. Like, you feel me? So the fact that people think of me, tag me, so stop me in traffic. I done seen it a couple times. Like, yo, my friend just copped your juice, or I see your juice everywhere. I need to try some. I'm like, yeah, hit the page. I got you. So that's the stuff that keeps me going because there be days some of y'all may catch me like I may be out of it. It won't look like it, but I'll be out of it. And y'all just bring me back to reality. Like, nah, I need to lock in for real. So to the day ones, to the parents who even let their kids try their juice, man, I'm more than blessed. I'm going to be honest. But looking back, the best event by far was the Cold Summer Pop-Up event by 456. If you know who 456 is and you came to the joint, this is what you know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? Like, this is type tough. This is definitely going up in the room somewhere. I gotta find a spot. But the vibes was OD. No bullshit. HP was jumping. People I haven't seen in years, they pulled up, showed love, and the energy was crazy. And it's wild to say, but I did like 14 events so far that I actually pulled up to. And my goal was only 4. I wanted to do 1 per quarter, but this one stood out like the most to date, and this was back June 21st. So I sold out for 1 because I always pull up with over 100 bottles because I'm like, I never know what's going to happen. So I got to be prepared. If I have extras, I have extras after. But the way 456 put it together, from the vibes communication, promotion, everything was just different. So if you was there, you know. And if you weren't, I dropped a little recap video back in June, probably like the 23rd or some shit like that. But trust me, the camera doesn't do it justice because the vibes was crazy, no cap. So that event was definitely one of the ones. If I could redo one thing, I'd keep better track of the events I say yes to. So there'd be times where people would hit me like, yo, you know, I thought about you. You should sell your juices here. And I'm like, bet. But me being me, I'm hearing that so many times. I'm like, yo, I gotta be there. I gotta be there. I wanted to be everywhere but nowhere at the same time. And I had ended up double booking myself for events or taste tests or meeting with somebody that, you know, moves the needle. And I'm like, I can't do all three in one day because for one, I can't fly. For two, I got to just be real with myself. And I didn't want to drive myself crazy. So 4 events in 1 week is still crazy to me. And it humbled me real quick. Like, of course, I showed up, but it was like I wasn't showing up on time. And I'm pulling up. I'm like, damn, and now I have to set up. And then I got to do this. And then now I got to wait. So if people don't pull up on me, I wasn't mad at them because to them, it looked like I wasn't prepared for it, which I wasn't. But it is what it is. Now that I know that, I wrote that in my little notes, and it's about systems now. So tighter calendar, telling people this don't work, but can we choose another day or something like that? Communicate a little better. I'm one person, so I got to be real with myself. I got to slow down and learn that moving smarter is better than moving everywhere. You feel me? Because like I said, I'm everywhere but nowhere at the same time. So how can I do that efficiently if I'm not communicating? It don't add up. 1 + 1 is not 2, you know? So summer 25, it really felt like summer 16 vibe wise. Like there was a lot of stuff going on. Like when I tell you events after events after events, I was like, yo, bro, this is crazy. But it taught me something bigger. I'm not gonna lie. It taught me what God really blessed me with. So I really never thought I'd be doing this, but it's really a me versus me thing. So I see the juice as more than just juice going into bottles or more than fruit going into bottles, getting cold pressed to whatever. I feel like it's information, it's education, and it's a way that I can give back to the community with something real, you know, because the food industry is crazy. Like, y'all know, like the same things y'all used to eat 10 years ago, if you 26 or in that 20, 30 range, the shit we used to snack on back in the day, it's not the same snacks now. Like Goldfish 10 years ago ain't Goldfish now, even though Goldfish still smack, but you know what I'm saying? Half the stuff we eat is filled with things that hurt us. And I know this from like just doing research and reading books and stuff like that. So why not me? You know, I mean, it came into my life as a blessing, you know, to help my father and to see what it did for him. Why not do the same for others, you know, in my own little way? So I just double down on research, make sure I'm giving the best value for real, because I don't want to be that type of guy to be like, oh, you said this, but this will actually happen. Like, damn, then I'm going to feel some type of way because it's like, nah, I doubled down, so you ain't talking about me. So I'm going to give you blends that work, and I'm going to show people what's really going on in their bodies, because that's the real lesson, and that's why I feel like it's bigger than juice. So now I can't talk about this summer without breaking down the juice itself. So the flavors, the surprises, the health benefits. Let's get into the MVPs, and let's get into some myths that's been, you know, going on and misconceptions I picked up during this year. So first of all, the flavor that shocked me this summer was Blue Magic. So if anybody, once it's clipped up, you see this, you're going to be like, yo, that's one of the ones. And it is. But at first, it was watermelon, pineapple, lime, and coconut water. That's what I kept it as. It was good, but I really felt like it was missing something, because I'll taste it. I'm like, nah, it's supposed to hit, but it don't hit like that. So I tweaked it a little bit, added green apple, and then that really changed the game. Plus, the Blue Magic turns blue from the blue spirulina. If you don't know what that is, spirulina is a superfood that boosts energy and recovery. Got like, you know, do your research. Look up blue spirulina. Chat GPT and do whatever you got to do. At first, people thought it was cool. You feel me? Because of the color. Like, oh, it's blue. How you get it to turn blue? But as summer went on, I ain't gonna lie, like from mid-August to like, shit, damn near 2 weeks ago, or shit, a week and a half ago, I was making that 6 weeks straight. You feel me? And that was crazy. And based on my data, it really shot up to top 3 flavors quick. I pulled up to events with Blue Magic. People was eyeing it, but they wasn't really jacking it like at first. And I was shocked, because I'm like, yo, this is actually good. But that also told me it was missing something. When people were pulling up, doing taste tests and shit like that, and they was like, yeah, it's good, and they'll go with another flavor, I'm like, nah, it's not hitting like it's supposed to. But anyway, it's definitely top 3 flavors right now based on data. frozen, slushy, fresh. Blue Magic was MVP, no question. And then two flavors that really surprised me were Island Drip, which got guava, pineapple, passion fruit, mango, and Passion Punch, which got passion fruit, cranberry, red grapes, ginger, and lime. Island Drip, it hit different. It really do. But always when I found that fresh guava, because guava is not something easy to find, especially not locally, I be going to the little local, herbal spots. They don't be having it. Or I be looking, they don't be having it. Like, it's hard to find, but when you get your hands on it, yeah, it definitely hit different. So I never got a bad review on that one. Passion Punch, that one had me nervous a little bit because I never tried that combo before, especially with the passion fruit, cranberry, and red grapes. I'm like, I don't know what that would taste like, but it ended up being one of my most requested and respected blends. You feel me? Ooh, I'm wildin'. It definitely was one of my most requested and respected blends. And then Clean Slate. Clean Slate actually started out as a shot. I dropped the shots in the shot menu back in probably like March, I think. But Clean Slate got cranberry, papaya, green apple, lemon, and ginger in it. And like I said, it started out as a shot, dropped it in spring, and people loved it. You feel me? When it was a shot, they like, yo, you got to make this a full juice. I'm like, once one person said it, I'm like, oh, they just saying it because they like this combo. Then I had 4 people say it, like, once they got shots at 4 different times. People at events. I did an event at MIT, and I had that shot. I'm giving that shot. They're like, yo, you got more of these? I'm like, damn, nah. I actually just gave you the last one. So I'm like, yeah, I actually got to. So when I finally had time to sit down and, like, going through and picking out my flavors for the week, I'm like, yo, let me throw Clean Slate in there and see if people really fuck with that still. Once I finally did it, shit ran for like a week or 2, like back to back, and I was like, oh yeah, this is definitely one of the ones. So it's definitely stamped itself in the lineup. I gotta add it to my official menu, the one I condensed down because I have mad flavors, but Clean Slate, I didn't forget about you. You feel me? So juicing, it really changed my life, but this summer it really helped shift my habits a little bit. I wasn't really sleeping right at first, like working out outside and heat waves and hitting cold tubs, the saunas I got at the crib for recovery. I definitely would feel defeated. Of course, some of y'all who don't work out, y'all be like, yo, how you feeling defeated after recovery? Nigga, I be tired. Like, you feel me? Like, not trying to do nothing. But when I drank one of my own blends, I bounced back. And I noticed it was not all flavors, like, because Fresh Flow was one of them that helped. That got cucumber, lemon, green apple, and ginger. That was definitely one, and that's one of them ones too. But if I had some Blue Magic laying around, or nowadays I got to put at least 1 or 2 aside for myself because I'm like, damn, this shit do actually smack. I'll use that after I work out. I wasn't sluggish. I'd bounce back with my energy, even in 90-degree weather. The watermelon wave with watermelon, strawberry, honey, and coconut water, that helped me bounce back. So basically any drink that had watermelon in it that I got, or, the cucumber or the lemon or the green apple, then, yeah, that was smacking. It was definitely helping me bounce back energy-wise. And it wasn't just me either. Like, I got people who actually consistently go to the gym. They'll come pick up their blends after, or I said the blends. They'll come pick up their order after the gym, and they'll be like, yo, I had this after the gym. I feel like I can go for a second workout. And I'm like, yeah, I knew it wasn't me tripping because, of course, people are going to think I'm biased to my own shit. I make it. So real detail-oriented when I get to the blends. But once I see other people having the same effect as me, I'm like, yeah, bro, this is one of them ones. So one myth I got to break down is thinking that juice is just a one-off fix. This is not a pill. This is not no whatever you may think it is or whatever you saw on TikTok that people want to sell you. This ain't that. This is really like a gateway. You feel me? Because just because you drink one cold pressed juice does not mean it's going to snap your body back. It's the habits you build around it. You feel me? Juice is the gateway. It gives you fast nutrients, wakes you up, and shows what your body actually been missing for real. So when I first started and I did my first juice fast, right? The first juice I had was a green juice. And of course I had green juices before from my blends and taste testing my own stuff, making sure it's right. But when you actually lock in on the cleanse and the green juice, the first thing you had after eating, as crazy as you've been eating, nah, bro. That shit had me What? Shit had me messed up for sure. So and that's what it's supposed to do. It's supposed to wake you up. So that told me like, nah, I actually gotta chill on eating so crazy. And I'm thinking I'm eating balanced because I'm eating bad and I'll cook at the crib and eat clean food. But it's like it was more like a 60-40 the wrong way. And I'm like, nah, I gotta be 80-20, 90-10, like damn near, because nah, this ain't it. I can't have that same reaction when I drink a green juice. It gotta just be a vibe at this point, and it is. So I'm not saying cut everything out, but I like a chicken sandwich from time to time, you know? But the real point is juice should be part of your routine, whether you're making it, whether you're getting it from somebody, whether y'all having juice in little parties and y'all make them, y'all throw in to get some fruit and y'all got one person got a juicer and y'all make juice and then y'all, whatever. I don't give a fuck what it is. Just make it a part of your routine, make it fun because that's the way of life. Like, why not? If you got your favorite fruits, like if your favorite fruit is pineapple, green apple, or watermelon, juice that together. I just gave you fucking blue magic, but juice that together. Like, you feel me? It don't gotta be nothing crazy. Just do a specific pineapple juice or do pineapple and lemon. I don't care. Make sure it's coming from the actual fruit itself. Let the juice do what it has to do. So shots came out back in March. You feel me? People was asking for them like, yo, you should do shots. You should think about doing shots. And not everybody wanted them, but then I had listened anyway because I'm like, I'm on the fence. I don't think it's time. But I'm like, spring's coming, summer's coming. Let me do it. And I definitely rushed it. But it's all good because now I got something in the tuck as far as inventory. But I always listen to the people. I try to like vet and really make sure that it makes sense for, you know, the things I got going on at the moment. But now it's winter time, damn near it's fall time, but winter time right around the corner. Everybody's getting sick, so shots are coming back heavy. And mine, it's a half an ounce more than what Whole Foods sells. So the 16-ounce bottles is something that I tested with my close VIPs, my consistents, my regulars, and they did better than I expected. No bullshit, just because I was able to actually properly roll it out. And now they're getting rolled out for everybody. So it's $8 a pop for the day ones. That means you've ordered 1 to 5 times. My consistents 5 to 9 times, and then $6 a pop for my top VIP tiers. Juice Warriors 10 to 19 orders, and my Juice Champions 20 plus orders. And I keep track of every order, so I know who qualifies. Don't try to gaslight me because I literally got everybody's order. If you were one off, if you came 2 times, 3 times in 4 months, in a 4-month span, it don't matter. Names will be dropping soon, and perks is already rolled out. So if you haven't seen it, go to the Instagram page and go peep that. But for me, it's about making sure everybody gets premium juice at a price that makes sense. You know, everything going up, and I don't want to join the crowd. I do things the opposite way, as you can see. So now it's not just about the flavors during the summer. Let's get to the real shit here. So year one taught me a lot about the grind. I'm not gonna lie, the lessons, the L's, and how to move smarter in business because, man, let's just get into it. You know, you don't know what you don't know. And even when you don't know, you don't know. And even when you know and you just operating, you just too busy operating and you try not to find the time for shit. But the biggest lesson I learned from selling 5,000 bottles, and now I'm proud to say we're closing in on 7,000 since I started by myself. It's kind of crazy to say, but people value 3 things, in my opinion: honesty, efficiency, and convenience. So when I started this, I wanted to pride myself on transparency because I've seen bigger brands gatekeep, you know, and I never liked that. So I just wanted to know what was going in my body. Like, if I get this juice from you, how do I know this is actually from that? You feel me? What's gonna, you know, I wanted to know all of that, where it came from, why it matters. And that's why every Jizz Juice recipe is researched and it's intentional. And it's supposed to do something or a couple things. You feel me? And I'm a one-man band. So each batch, which is about 70, 80 bottles, depending on the day, might be more than that, takes 4 to 5 hours. My phone's on D&D, I'm locked in. And when I deliver it, you don't have to lift a finger, and that's the convenience part. Once you put your order in, allow me to get to work, lock in and do what I do. And then, you know, you'll get updated on the progress of your order, be ready, and then boom. You either come pick it up or I bring it to you. And that's the convenient part. But if I don't got it, I'll tell you, like, and people respect that. And I actually am grateful for that too, because I don't want to fall into stereotypes as a black business. You feel me? So if I actually don't got something, but I plan on making something else or plan on making it, I'm going to make it the day I say I'm going to make it. I feel like I've stood on that word at least. But, it is what it is. And I feel like that's why people keep coming back. And the product itself, I put insane amount of detail into it, and I got to make sure it's right. Even if I got to make late store runs in the middle of making juice, like, yeah, I'll do that. Like, I'll leave the crib, go to Star Market around the corner, go grab some, come back. Especially if it's a little off or it needs more of something. But at the end of the day, that's the juice. You feel me? Be real, be efficient, and make it easy for your people. And that's how you feel. Fucked up. But that's how you build trust. No bullshit. My head is spinning. But it's all good. Fuck it. So balancing a full-time school job and running every department at JizzJuic, it sounds wild, right? But I enjoy it. And if I'm going to do it, I said I was going to do it right from the beginning. So that means wear every hat. So one day I'm the head of marketing. One day I'm the head of financial operations, whatever you want to say. It sound, official. One day I'm the delivery driver. One day I'm the production guy. One day I'm doing whatever else, you feel me? I'm just doing it, and that's how it goes before I get to a point where I need to scale. And I'm not going to scale in the traditional way. Y'all will see this year. Y'all will see for sure. And even my students caught on. Like at first I pulled up with juice for myself. They got nosy like, yo, mister, what's that? And I'm like, shit, you want to try it? It's fruit juice. Fruit juice, what you mean by that? I'm like, hey, just go get a cup. If you're not allergic to that, nah, I'm not allergic. Go get a cup. Pour some juice, you feel me? It'd probably be like peach or something like that. Berry boost. One of the early joints. Pouring it in a cup. They tasting, oh, this is good. You put sugar in it? I'm like, nah, I didn't put no sugar in it. So once I was like, you think it's good for real? They like, yeah. So even before I started selling, like, they was really my, like, what you call it, focus group. Because I'm like, yo, they really won't lie. They gonna let you know what it is. So this is like my day in the life, right? So let's say it's production day. That's usually a Tuesday, Thursday, or Friday. Let's say it's a production day. Wake up, 4 a.m. workout. Now it's wake up, 4 a.m. workout. Go to work. Make sure I post the flavors if it's not scheduled already. Do a little research on my breaks, just to try to see how the industry is doing, where it's going, stuff like that. Excuse me. Then I'll post, do my job, connect with the students, whatever. Then I'll head home. I'll juice. I'll label. I'll post again. I'll deliver to some of my pre-orders I wanted that same night. If it's not too late, I'll log inventory. I'll go to sleep and repeat. Like that's the production day. Now, delivery days is usually same thing, from working out to working to getting off work. All right, now I'm hitting up everybody. Yo, I can pull up on you. What we doing? Go run the road for like 5-6 hours, no cap. And then come back, log inventory, work on the next thing, And then by that time, it's production day again. If it runs out fast, it's production day again. And then we just running that. Then when I get a day like a Sunday to sit down and really go over the week, go over everything, yeah, it is what it is. I mean, the days be more. I can't even believe it's been a year. I still feel like it's a month. You feel me? But I ain't gonna lie. That's just the consistency that I held myself to, and everybody holds me accountable. Especially if I don't post the blend after like 2 days. So say if it's like a Tuesday, right? And fucking Wednesday comes, I'm delivering, doing all that, showing people I'm delivering, just to let them know what I'm doing, so they know I'm not slipping. Then after that, shit, if I take, Thursday, if I don't do nothing, and Friday I don't do nothing, people hit me like, yo, when you making the next batch? And if it's early Saturday, I'll be like, yo, I'm making it today. Because it's like, yo, y'all keeping me on my toes, because I'm like, yo, I can't believe it's Saturday right now, because I'm thinking about, catching up on anything that I have missed from earlier in the week and shit like that. But it's all good. The milestone that made me feel like this was big came from two things. First, it was the reactions, hearing from 6 different people throughout the year that had my juice, that had pressed before, and told me, yo, I'm not gonna lie, your shit is 10 times better than pressed. This is too commercialized too. And I don't want no smoke with y'all. I really don't. Like, no bullshit. Y'all are a multi-million-dollar brand. I respect it. No cap. Like, y'all got it. I'm just a juice man. So you gotta realize, me hearing that, I'm like, yo, hold on. Better than pressed? Asked them. I'm like, nah, y'all capping, bro. It can't be that good. They like, bro, I'm telling you, like, one of my coworkers like, yo, my wife, she had just got like, this big cleanse from them. You feel me? She drunk one bottle and didn't even have the rest. I kid you not. This was a month ago, literally today, a month ago. He ordered 22 bottles from me, one of my 3-day juice programs. He ordered that. Bro, he hit me back 2 days later and was like, yo, I haven't eaten anything. I'm not gonna lie. I can't stop drinking this, bro. I'm gonna need more like every week. I was like, yo, bro, I bet. But I tracked my data, so I'm not going to hold you. I have a 98% satisfaction rate. And if none of you guys, I almost sold 7,000 bottles. I need more reviews than 25 on Google. Y'all got to boost my ranking for me. The least y'all can do is just tap, tap, tap. If you don't want to say no words or whatever, hit the link in my bio on Instagram, BriceThaJuiceMan. You see it right there. Hit the link in my bio on Instagram. Go and fucking leave a review. Please, just leave a review. I don't care if it's good, if it was nasty, if I put too much ginger, whatever. Say anything. Say anything, because I don't want to keep spamming y'all with review links, because y'all going to have to block my business number. And if y'all do, y'all do. But damn, just leave a nigga a review. You can scan this on the back right here. You can scan it. I don't know if you can see it. You can scan the QR code on the back. The link will pop up. Leave a review. It's a red button at the top. Leave a review. It brings it right to the thing. It takes 20 seconds, bro. 20 seconds. But the hood don't lie. I'm not going to lie. We make everything hot. And if it's moving here, it's moving for real. So that's when I knew JizzJuice was real bigger than, just bottles. And I had to do some other stuff. But the hardest L that I really had to take was not separating my business and personal income early. I'm not gonna lie. These are the 3 things I needed to get intact before I even thought about that. And I should have been thinking about all of it. So I had to get my LLC. I had to get my EIN. I had to get my trademark. Those were the 3 things. I'm like, yo, before I even start, I gotta throw whatever the fee is. I gotta throw it for that. I have to pause. But I'm like, I didn't have business bank accounts. Like, I wasn't even thinking like that, because I'm not even thinking it's gonna move the way it's been moving. I'm thinking like, all right, slow and steady. I'll be able to, over time, do some research and I'll stumble upon it. Like, this is how I'm thinking in my mind. But reality was not lining up with my mind. Like, I was just go, because I didn't want nobody to feel like they was getting left out of a blend. They was getting left out or get ghosted on the DMs. Like, I was accused of ghosting, so I didn't want that to happen. So, like I said, I wasn't even trying to sell juice at first. Like, it literally just happened. God literally placed it in my life, for real. So it came from one suggestion, and one suggestion turned into 6 in a span of 4 days. You feel me? And I was moving, reinvesting into the business, delivering, and making sure that y'all got the best juice. So literally, I'm just recycling my shit. Like, yo, I'm gonna just throw the bread in there, because whatever I'm gonna throw in here, I'm just gonna pray it come back, because I'm gonna make sure everybody get what they need. You feel me? But like I said, when it really came time to look at the numbers, I said, nah, I need a structure, because what are we doing? It wasn't until the summer I said, I can't go into year 2 with no business bank accounts. That's crazy. No bullshit. So for a good amount of time, I was just moving, making sure I'm literally trying to race time. But no bullshit. Luckily, I tapped in with Rashad, Troy, and Ian from Earn Your Leisure, learned the game and made the shift, because they give it to you straight. Pause. Like, they let you know what it is. They let you know what you got to do. And then they proven. Like, they people I watch every week that's like, yeah, that's why I'm trying to get there. So I had to make that shift, I had to adjust, and I'm glad I did. So my advice, if y'all looking for it, don't wait. Separate your business and your personal finances from day one, and it'll definitely save you later. Because I'm learning, once I pull up, I'm learning all this. I say, yo, hold up. Talking with my bank guy, I say, yo, bro, it's crazy, because I knew this, but in my mind, I wasn't making time to get this done. So I'm telling him, update him on like the numbers and everything. He's like, yeah, bro, if you did that from day one, I say, yo, bro. But anyway, that's another topic for another day. So another thing I learned a lot about this year was pricing. So one of my biggest things was, when I started, I came up with prices out the ass, pause, because I'm like, yo, this first week from the 27th to October 5th. I just made up prices. Actually, I had those prices for like 2-3 weeks. I just made up prices: 5 for 1, 2 for 8, 3 for 15, 4 for 20, 5 for 27, 6 for 32, or some shit like that. And I'm like, yo, like, and it was moving. And I feel like that's why I was moving, because once it was moving, I didn't have the Nama J2 cold press. I was using the old joint. So I'm like, I'm not even going to overcharge for something that's not top quality yet. But my mind was always to upgrade. It just was a timing thing. So I'm like, bro, I got to be better than competitors, but I got to figure something out. So at first, updating went well. You feel me? I started out with 10-ounce bottles. So I had 10-ounce prices for that. Then I'm like, damn, I want to add 12 because I feel like people want more juice. They kept asking me for bigger bottles. Added 12 ounces coming into the new year. Had 2 separate, tier prices, for 1 to 6. What's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? 1 to 6 bundles. One juice to 6 juice bundles, and then 8 to 18, I think, for bulk. You feel me? That added a 10% off automatically. So then 2-3 months later, shots came into effect. So I'm like, all right, I'm running those. And then now to date, 16 ounces. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not even going to confuse myself, because now it's a lot. It's a lot going on, and I don't want to confuse nobody else moving forward. So I moved towards a mix and match. You feel me? So now you get both 10 and 12 ounce. And then, what also helped me was the juice programs and subscriptions, which y'all need to subscribe more, but it is what it is. Even though my prices were lower than competitors, I still wanted people to save money while they getting premium quality. But it had to make sense for me too, So that's why I built the VIP 2.0. So every 5 orders, you move up into, I mentioned it earlier, day ones 1 to 5, consistent 5 to 9, what's it called? What's the next one? Juice Warriors 10 to 19, and then Juice Champions 20 plus orders. And that's because I'm like, yo, I can't not reward the people that keep coming back, bro. So I got to figure out a way how, people could just lock in and make it competitive. Because I'm like, yo, I don't want people to just think like you cop once, you get a one-off. You get more perks than just dropping your price per bottle. You get, the free ebook, Press to Perform. I rolled that out, a lot of research that I was doing that I felt like wasn't out there, because I don't know. I know there's other people in this space that look like me, and they drop, ebooks, but I feel like the one I dropped, it has a lot of different game, from, I want to hit specific things like routine, basically making juicing a part of your routine, and then translating that routine into, other lifestyle areas, like working on your healthy habits, basically. So, but it started with juicing as being a gateway. So you get, I think it's like 9 recipes in there. They all supposed to do something. I think the ebook's like 60 pages long. It's a lot, but it's a lot of game in it. Not gonna hold you. And I took my time and really locked in on that. I worked on that for like a month and a half. Access to JuiceIT too. So that's what, the higher tier VIPs get access to. We'll talk about JuiceIT later when it drops. But yeah, coupons on cleansings and subscriptions too. And the goal was simple. I wanted to reward consistency. And if you're a regular, I wanted to make it easy for you to lock in. So if you cop, when you cop, then that's cool. That works too. But my VIPs, they get the real love. So even when you cop, your order gets added over time. So before you know it, if you cop on today, like September 28th, and the next time you cop is next month. So over the next 5 months, then you'll lock into a new tier. I'll give you a new price. You're like, damn, you went lower price. I'm like, nah, you just moved up. Now I need your email because I got to give you this. I got to give you that, because that's the deal. You feel me? So take away something from this. Just take away every 5 orders you move up a tier, because the VIPs get the real love. Now, none of this works without community. So I'm going to give the hood events that I've been to, the people I've met, you feel me, who keep me inspired. I'm going to give y'all a hell of love right now. So the hood definitely showed up for me and showed out in year 1. And obviously I plan to continue this until the day I drop. So I couldn't be more thankful. So first of all, I want to shout out the 456 brand. If you don't have them on Instagram, you need to tap in, because they're taking over. They're taking over. I can't even say the city. They're just taking over. Fire pieces, fire hats, real genuine people. You feel me? The team is family ran. So like it's real love over there. And then for throwing the best pop-up of the summer. Like, I don't even think it's really getting talked about enough. But if you showed up or was a vendor there, that pop-up was like that. No bullshit. And they always show me love, you know, either here and there, my boy Nice, here and there, you know. And the team show me love on IG. Nice show me love when I see him. You know, it's all love, man. And I literally met bro when I did the, what was that shit I did in Cambridge? I forgot what that shit was called. It was me, my boy Christian, me versus me Garments, and Nice. That was like the first time I met him. Yep. Oh, shit. And Kai was on a DJ. But we gonna get to the shout outs, man. My boy Rich Bezo, nigga had me on the stream. My boy going crazy on the stream. Shout out to you, Rich, bro. I appreciate you. I just happened to run into Ant on the Crew Love stream, you feel me? And I got me a little cameo. Bro threw me the oop. Yo, talk to the stream real quick. Only thing I had to say was, it's real. Like, it's real. Like, it's dead real. So, and last but not least, before I keep going, you feel me, pause, my boy Mike D's going crazy with the media in the city right now, touching on real issues that's going on in the city that the news can't even capture, or the only time the news want to capture it is when they want to go viral on social media. But hashtag not Mike D's, you feel me? Mike D's is holding it down. He's doing his thing, just like I said in the cameo he let me get. You feel me, at the Yellow Cup let out. And he actually copped some juice. What month was that? April, I think. I think he copped some juice in April. I got it somewhere in my data. I gotta look. But nah, shout out to you, Mike, bro. Like, I appreciate the love, and you know what it is on this side. And the list goes on. And oh yeah, before I forget, this one was one of the ones. This will really let me know that Juice Man, it's a real thing. So even B Hen. So if you don't know who B Hen is, he's one of the co-hosts on the Club 520 podcast with Jeff Teague and DJ Wells. You know, they even got Freaky Mike over there, and they got Malcolm, who's Jeff's nephew, who's on the production team as well. I think they got Lou in there too. I think Lou be messing with the clips. Louise be chopping shit up too. And they got Barbie as the bartender. I'm tapped in. So they actually fucked with the juice. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I really didn't think that they drunk it. Pause, because when I hit B Hen, I'm like, yo, bro, I got this juice. I see you on your workout journey. I know y'all got shit up there, but I just want you to fuck with my shit. Like, it's on me. I'm going to just send y'all a pack. I think I sent them like 14 juices. But this is, like I said, this is the adjustments. I was sending them, but I wasn't freezing them before. Now I'm freezing them before I send them, at least overnight. So I just sent them, put ice packs in them, packaged them up real nice. You feel me? So I ain't hear from bro. So I noticed it got there. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? Like, I ain't gonna lie. I pulled the nigga moment. I said, bro, what the fuck, bro? I sent niggas juice. They ain't drink it. So I'm like, you know what? It's all good, bro. It is what it is. It's a part of the game. Like, I can't get too mad. But I had my split in a little 10-second joint where I'm like, nah, bro. Niggas is on that. So it was one night. It was random. I seen they was on Twitch. So they usually been on Twitch like for a couple months now. I don't want to put the number on it to fuck up their motion, but they've been on Twitch going crazy. So at the time I pulled up, it was just Malcolm B. Hen. Pulled up to the stream, and I'm just chatting. So I'm like, oh, there's 5 people in here? I'm like, yo, let me see if they really fucked with it. I'm hitting them. Like, yo, what's the word? And my name on Twitch is not JuiceMan or none of that. It's not the same as my Instagram. It's like BriGully255 or some shit. So I'm like, yo, did y'all fuck with it? So at first I thought they really forgot. So then after, like I said, I hopped on the Twitch. I'm talking to them. B-Hen is like, I don't know if that's you, bro. Is that you? That's Gully? Like, the Juice Man, that's you? I said, hold up. Yeah, that's me. So he said some funny shit before that. I can't remember. Oh, yeah, he said some funny shit. He's like, man, some of them bitches came, you know, they came fucked up. They like busted up with our dumbass delivery driver, bro. He fucked it up. But and then that's when y'all see the video when he's like, nah, them shits was fire, bro. I ain't gonna lie. You got a good product. And did it. And Melk's like, yeah, that shouldn't even last 2 weeks. Like, it's not supposed to. But the fact he said that is like, nigga, I know they fucked with it. Because that's the same feedback I was getting from people who actually really fuck with the juice. So I'm like, yo, that's tough, bro. I'm glad I was screen recording. I needed that. So shout out to y'all, bro. That was everything for me. No bullshit. That was one of the main highlights of the summer behind the pop-up. Because, you know, we got trophies on this side. we keep the trophies, and then we shout out my big cousin Victoria too. Words cannot explain how much motivation you be giving me. You feel me? Just prioritizing your health. From when I first met you, long lost cuzzo. You feel me? Twin flame now. So shit. Honestly, I get inspiration from everybody who cops. Like the stories y'all tell me, the funny shit, the feedback. Like my coworker telling me his wife backdoored him for his juice, and then she gonna text him like, "Oh, this was good." That was hilarious. I'm not even gonna lie. So the love y'all gave me, man, it gives me a fresh battery in my back that I didn't feel I'd be needing at times, but I need it, and it keeps me moving forward. So the main difference I would say is that the difference between me and my competitors, I'm not gonna talk about the small businesses because we keep it going. But I'm talking about the big brands. Like the main difference is y'all live with this juice, like, and it's real love. Like no cap, like y'all take JizzJuice to the beach. I be getting text messages. Y'all got it at the beach. Y'all have it at concerts. Y'all pre-gaming with it. Y'all got it paired Mango Sunrise paired with the Don Julio. Then my mans told me, you feel me, the Pantalones gets paired with the Mango Sunrise. So now that's a beef. Like I'm like, yo, this is lit. I mean, in my mind, it's beef, but it's lit. So I'm like, damn, it's really a lifestyle for real. So like I said, the corporate brands, I don't got no smoke with y'all. Y'all got way more motion than me. I'm just a juice man. But the product shots I see, the studio lights, you feel me, little Canva designs, that's cool. I use Canva too. Shout out to y'all, But me, I try to embed it into the lifestyle because I really think it's a lifestyle, and it's a lifestyle for everybody, not just the target audience you're targeting. So that's what I push. I don't push the bottles. I push habits. So reframing your routine step by step. It doesn't happen overnight, but the thought comes first and then the action comes after and then the results. And then you're like, oh yeah, I'm locked. I'm no philosopher, just a juice man. Like I said, I see people carry my juice everywhere, and that's the culture that I'm trying to build. Oh, excuse me. So the community events and pop-ups, they really changed my life. Coming into 2025, I told myself I was trying to do one per quarter, just like I said earlier. My first one came from my coworker. She has a boutique store in Washington Park Mall. I'm mad I'm forgetting the name of it right now because, you feel me, we've been locked in. She said, yo, we need vendors. Like, this is literally a week after I wrote these down on a fucking piece of paper in my notebook. Like, yo, I'm doing one event per quarter. I walk into work one morning. She's like, oh, Mr. G, me and my husband, we got the store across the street at the Washington Park Mall, and we're doing events, and we're looking for vendors. And I'm like, what you mean? She was like, oh, you sell your juice. I want you to pull up there, sell juice. Here's the information you need. So I'm like, nah. I said, nah. I said, yo, my house got to be bugged, bro, because there's no way literally 7 days after I coming into the first school day into the new year, and that's what I hear. So I'm like, I bet. I pull up there, I get my cameras, I'm recording, I'm excited, I ain't gonna lie. People tried juice, people I know pulled up on me, they was asking about my journey, they showed mad love, you feel me? So some people, even up until this point, like as I was going through other events and stuff and pulling back up to the Washington Park Mall, they was inviting me to events on the spot. So like I said, man, I think sales are sales. Like, of course, if you sell out, it's going to be a good day or whatever. But I was getting more the satisfaction from people who was turning into real customers. Like, they try the juice, they scan the QR code, they hit me on the gram, and then it's like 1 week after the event, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, a month, 2 months, 3 months, 4 months. And I'm like, yo, y'all really... Okay, yeah, I got to be outside more. That was the trap I had myself into, and I'm like, yo, I'm going to just go outside and be outside all summer. I'm going to every single event. I'm doing this, I'm doing that, but that shit was not realistic, me being me, me just being me, man. But the little kids at the events, too, they kind of actually made my day when it comes to the events because they would come up and be like, this looks nice. Can I try it? And I'll be like, hold on, get your parent. I need to find out if you're allergic because there's real fruit in here. And they're like, nah, they're not allergic to nothing. I'm like, here, take as many bottles as you want, like to the kids, because it's like, hey, kids, man. And I would rather them getting onto the wave than, anybody else because they're the next gen. And we got to make sure they healthy and that they locked in and they, got a routine and all that. But that's a deeper conversation for another day. But now the kids, man, they pulling up, getting juice, actually saying they like it. And I'm like, damn, who would have thought a sugar-free juice would catch kids and elders like that? This is actually all right. But honestly, I think the hood really trusts me with wellness because I'm from the hood, one. And two, we're tired of the bullshit. Like, we don't want no gurus coming in and fucking just doing whatever, you feel me, to try to sell some shit. Of course, it's capitalism and we live in America and we all want to make some money. But when I put a blend together, it's researched, it's tested. I'm practicing what I preach in real time. You can literally see my father's weight chart, you feel me? You can see that my skin is always clear. You feel me? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we on that, like, literally every week. And I try to make sure we on that. And then the habits we build around that as well, like eating and sleeping and moving around, exercising. And corporate brands, they'll try to slap a celebrity on a product and call it culture because they think, oh, well, this person's connected to culture because they rap or their music or they're streaming or whatever. And shout out to everybody. I'm not saying that to bash celebrities, streamers, none of that. I'm saying it to let corporate brands know that we can tell when it's bullshit. Just because we see our favorite celebrity or our favorite athlete or our favorite whatever, you feel me, with a product don't mean, well, for me personally, it don't mean I'm going to actually go out and get it. Like, no bullshit. Like, it's 2025. We can tell what's authentic versus what's fake. Like, what's a skit and what's real. So, look at that Jonathan Majors and Megan Good, for example. Like, they dropped the fitness line because it works. It works with their lifestyle they was already living. They work out outside in elements, so they made workout clothes. Like, it just makes sense. People saw them living it as a lifestyle before they even made it a brand. Like, and I follow Jonathan Majors and Megan Good, so I was seeing the same thing. That's authenticity. Like, I got inspired from them, like, oh yeah, this is fire. But I don't gotta fake it. I live this, And that's why the hood rock with me, because I live it and they rock with JizzJuice. So one of the moments that really stuck with me is parents telling their kids, that didn't like to eat vegetables. They hitting me like, yo, my kid don't want to eat vegetables. Can you make this juice? Because, they might not even realize there's actually vegetables in it. And I'm like, when I first heard that, I was tripping. I said, nah, no way this person just said that. But I had to think about it because my little cousins are the same way. They don't like eating vegetables. They spend 3 hours to eat 5 pieces of broccoli, and that is no cap. But when I juice something like a cucumber or spinach or something like that, and they try to juice, they'll drink it. Crazy. I don't know. It's crazy. But even grandparents who are sick, their grandchildren I may know hit me up like, yo, I need some juice. What you got? Such and such is sick. I'm trying to get them right. And I told them about you. I want them to try it for themselves. I was like, hold up. I might be on to something. You feel me? And because this ain't Capri Sun, this ain't Minute Maid. This is fresh fruit, veggie first, no sugar, no additives, and they keep coming back. So what this means is that, I show you how to make it, so I'm not capping. So that's why I feel like it means the most, like, especially because it's, say they putting them on, I don't know what's happening behind closed doors, it's hypothetical. Say they putting them on or whatever, and they like, yo, look, this is how he makes it. And they're like, oh, wow. Yeah, let me get one of them. Let me get 2 of them. That may be happening, in my mind, I feel like it is, but whatever. For the kids who are used to sugar and the elders that's used to medicine, to embrace JizzJuice, though, that's the blessing right there. No money amount, no none of that. I don't care. If this was a communist society and motherfuckers was doing this off the strength of love, I'd still do it. Like, no bullshit, because I really actually enjoy it. It just reminds me that it's bigger than the product because it's health, it's trust, it's a new habit for the next generation. No bullshit. So year 1 showed me the love, the trust, and the culture. But year 2, this is where I'm trying to elevate with JuiceIT, Juicepreneur, JuicePlug, all these plays. And we're going to talk about it. So today marks the first official day I decided to sell juice, like, mentally. So from this day, well, it's the 28th now, but from the 27th to October 5th, 2024, that was when things really started to look real. And this is before the logo. This is before the post on October 5th. This is when I really made up in my mind, like I said. And then 1 year later, here we are. Year 2, is about making this way beyond the bottles, way beyond the name, because I've been hearing about the name. I should change it. It's trademark. It's not getting changed. First up, we're going to talk about JuiceIT. So JuiceIT is my new app that's going to be on the App Store and Google Play Store for you guys once it gets approved by both Google and the App Store. I'll ask for beta testers at first, but this is where you pick how you feel, if you're bloated, tired, stressed, and then you pick a goal. So off those two inputs, AI function that I have made will take those two inputs and it'll put together a personalized juice recipe on the spot. It take 5 seconds, maybe not even. And then you can make it at home. You can turn it into a smoothie. You can save it for later. You can order it, and it's your juice plug in your pocket for real. And you get three free generations a day. So obviously use them wisely. You probably won't use all three. And then there's Juicepreneur OS. So before, I was drowning in 12 Google Sheets, formulas, tabs, refreshing, and I feel like it wasn't sustainable. So internally, I built my own system back in June. I used it throughout the summer up until now just to test and see if this is something that I feel like could benefit the market when it comes to juice owners, and then knowing where the market is going, like number-wise, like from where it is now to where it's going to be in 5 years. It's going to grow 20%, I think. Don't quote me on that. I'm just going off memory. I feel like this is the best way that juice owners and juicepreneurs, single, small team enterprises, they'll be able to track orders, customers, inventory, and expenses in minutes and not hours. So even if you fall back 6 weeks of things you got to log, it can help you catch up in 90 minutes because it happened to me. Year 2 is about scaling smarter for me with tools and systems, because systems is everything. So being a JuicePlug Ambassador, that actually changes how I move. It changes how you move. If you qualify, meaning you're in my top 2 VIP tiers, you'll get your own code, like your name with 20 next to it. And anybody who uses it saves 20% on cleanses and subscriptions with me. So that means they use that forever. So once they lock into subscriptions, they get 20% off of it forever. Then you get 15% of everything you bring in month to month. So do the math. Subscriptions, for example, say, this is not mine, but say, for example, my subscription was $75 a month, right? If you bring in 5 subs, that's $375 a month. You get 15% off, so that's an extra $56. All you did was send a code, bring them to me, I do the work, and fill out the rest. You get $56 just from doing nothing, for real. So every month they stay on, you get that. You feel me? Juice programs are one-off deals unless somebody gets them every week, but every month. But it's the same deal. You get 50% off of whatever you bring in. And the 20% code, like I said, they can use it forever. So JuicePlug isn't about sipping the culture, it's about spreading it. Spread the love. If you're not copying, the least you could do is spread the love, but you got to qualify first, or we'll figure something out. What excites me most about JizzJuice. What excites me the most about JuiceIT is that I feel like it solves a real problem. All year, people was hitting me like, what juice is good for this? So where do I start? And I try to answer them, but sometimes I miss them just in the DMs or I forget. That's not the transparency I was trying to stand on. But like I said, I'm one person and I was trying to maintain a lot of things and be creative at the same time. No excuses. So that's why I built JuiceIT, because I didn't want to leave nothing undone on the table. So you basically, like I said, you select how you feel, your goal, and it gives you a personalized juice recipe plus why it's behind it. So you can save it, make it, order it. And the fact that it's for everybody. Beginners, gym bros, gym girlies, people on the go. It just makes juicing simple for the culture. Like, I'm just trying to be there for y'all as much as I can, you feel me? So building Juicepreneur OS for myself at first, it was a game changer, because I'm like, I could stop using sheets. I could delete this. Now if I log batches, flavors, expenses in my notebook, I can easily transfer it into a system in minutes. All I have to do is click a button, fill in what I got to fill in. Everything updates automatically. So it calculates on the back end, sales, inventory, customer behavior. So like I said, that's how I know that how many orders people get, because by each customer, it tells me how many times you ordered, and now it has which VIP tier you're actually locked into now that I started this. So, man, if I built it for me, it can help other juicepreneurs too. Like, I'm not selfish. So it don't matter if you 5 years in, 3 months. If you got data, you could upload it and get clarity right away. Now the date that's coming out is going to be on the market is coming soon. I'm just letting you guys know what's in store for year 2 as we start year 2. I'm making sure the security is right at first because I don't want none of your customer information to get leaked. I don't want none of that. I want everything polished so when you get it, it's everything you wish you had day one. Because why not, right? So the mission for year 2 is simple. Consistency and elevation with pace. I don't want to be so effective, I'm not efficient. I don't want to be so efficient, I'm not effective. I'm shooting for balance. With JuiceIT, Juicepreneur, JuicePlug, and the 16-ounce bottles rolling out, the goal is to stay consistent and just refine as we go along. Make juice on time, deliver on time, give value on time. That's it. And this show right here, Preston Bless, this was a little choppy, you feel me, at first, because I have these notes written down I'm bouncing off of because that's how I like to work. But it's a part of that consistency, too. I'm supposed to show up for y'all every day, every week. I'm supposed to show up for y'all every week. No false promises. Every week at 7 p.m. on Sundays. This weekend was crazy, so this is why it's going out late. But nah, for real, Preston Bless is definitely a part of this consistency. It won't be perfect, but as long as I wake up every day, show up for my family, be there for the kids at the school, and build this brand, I'm good. So if y'all are patient with me, I truly appreciate it. And I'll be here every Sunday at 7 p.m. You know, everything's gonna be well researched, and we gonna grow. We gonna pace ourselves, and we gonna be disciplined. So the only thing I want people to look back at JizzJuice this time next year, rolling into year 3, and say, the only thing I want y'all to say is, JuiceMan, yeah, that's him, because damn, that motherfucker is on one. That's it. That's all I want. I don't care if you love it, if you hate it, if you don't like, subscribe, don't subscribe, cop, don't cop, doesn't matter. As long as you acknowledge JuiceMan, yeah, that's him. Yeah, because that motherfucker is on one. That's it. So I appreciate y'all. I will be back next week at 7 p.m. You feel me out? Some of these segments will get chopped down, so y'all can go watch that. Go watch the playback. Be on Instagram, follow Twitter. You feel me? Do all of that. You know, put somebody on. And we out.